Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. We are back
Hello.
for what's this? Episode 4. And
5?
is it?
I don't listen to
No,
me. I don't know.
actually don't know. I actually don't know. I have not. I just know we've just been recording this season, and
Yes.
we
Yes,
want
we
to put
have.
in my astro musings for this season. I think last season we were just like going through the
Yeah.
signs. I don't know. I don't remember what we did
Yeah,
this time.
we were going through the signs. Like sun signs. Oh, misconceptions.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
And this go around, we are doing like the moon signs and grief and just
Yes.
transmuting feelings, period. Because I think that's what we needed
Mhm.
at this point. We want to also get away from like the transit episodes, which can be like a lot, especially during these times.
Yeah.
And so, because we also have another fun, I don't necessarily know if this episode's gonna be fun, but we're gonna try to make it helpful.
We're going to
But
get real and
yeah,
useful.
but we do have like an episode plan of just like shooting the shit, like just kicking,
Yes.
playing.
We're going to have a key.
Yeah, so this episode, like I said, we're talking about the moon signs and transmuting emotions, and especially grief is such a huge theme for like
Mhm. Mhm.
2025. I had like posted something earlier on my Lady Emma page about kind of the main themes that was coming up in like divination, and it was like grief
Mhm.
and love. Like, I ain't did no love reading since like 2020, maybe 2021, but I can't count
Everything.
two readings from the whole year
Everything.
that, and like each time love has popped up, it's like spirit and like, let's include it. But grief was a huge
It's
thing.
yeah. hmm I mean, even like the tarot, so like YouTubes that I'd be watching, they're like, so about love, and I'm like, I didn't come here for this, actually. But everything is like, yeah, we're talking about money, but about love, and I'm like, okay, all right, all right,
I don't
here we
know.
go.
It's just, I think it's interesting. I think it kind of goes back to our previous episodes like Jupiter, Cancer, Neptune, and Aries, and art, and all these things intertwine.
Mm.
But like as far as grief, I think it kind of encapsulates 2025 being a year of nine, so like year of endings. And so
Yeah,
also,
completions. Yeah.
with Neptune and Saturn also moving out of Pisces, it kind of brings up like taking off the rose colored glasses, Saturn snatching the shit off, like be like, listen to me. Like, and so I think there's a lot of grief happening due to like the ending of relationships, who you thought you were going to be as a person.
Mm.
The last set of those of us who are
Hmm.
millennials are finishing out our Saturn returns. Then you have just like
Mhm.
death
Mhm.
itself, the physical death of people
Yeah, a
that's
lot.
happening. Yeah, and so it's a lot of elders, up and out of
And
here.
like Neptune has been transiting in Pisces for the last like 7 years, and so it's been a long time of learning that like the fantasy that you may have created wherever it's hitting your chart is not it, and like going through the same lessons for the same 7 years in different ways. And 7 years of different kinds of disillusionments creates grief
Oh, friend,
as well.
I think Neptune has been. I think it's actually since
7 years.
2013 or 2011. Neptune's been in Pisces
Oh,
for
so like
like
14.
like
Too
oh
long.
wow. For real though, like Neptune has been in Pisces my whole adult life,
Hold on.
basically.
Cause
Neptune entered Pisces
what?
in
Yeah.
April 2011.
So
My whole adult
14
life.
years?
Actually our whole
15
adult
now?
life. Like our
I was in
two
my 20s.
your adult life. I was in my late teens.
Most Oh, that makes so much sense for me now. Everything is coming to clarity. I'm just having a all of the trauma of my life just like went through my head and I'm like, "Oh,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Because what's that? Your
Yeah,
seventh
yeah.
house?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
It's been fun. It's been real fun. Been having a great time.
yeah.
So
So
let's talk about this. Let's talk about the moons. We all got grief. We all got pain.
I think we should just like I guess we should start off by like talk about grief period. I think it's like a huge thing, a huge misconception that people have regarding grief. They think it's just like this one time thing, but you like grieve
Oh no.
continuously throughout your life. It's not just like people, it's places, things, mindsets, emotions, old dreams, like old goals. Like you have to, like grief is there to help us kind of release old things, past things. It teaches us how to transmute our love, especially things about grief of the people that we are
Mm,
close to. There's no hierarchy in death.
mm.
So no matter who that person was to you, because I mean,
Ooh.
think about um, most of us did not know who Michael Jackson like wasn't like personally, but like when he passed, everyone had like a collective grief. And so that's why I mean like
Yeah.
grief and death has no hierarchy. Like it depends on the relationship to the person, thing, whatever that you have impacts like your grief and how you
And
choose to deal.
I would also add that there is grief in becoming more of yourself and like the
Mm,
things that you lose, but also in being clear, in thinking of the world differently, in um wanting a different life for yourself. It makes things a lot more complicated, especially if you're surrounded by people who have either been indoctrinated in the same ways that you have, or if you decide to take a path that's against the grain. There's a lot of grief
mhm.
in that kind of space as well, right? Be it that you're taking a spiritual path, like
Yeah.
shit ain't a crystal stair. And some of the grief is making space for joy, but
Mhm.
it is also still something that you need to acknowledge. And so,
And I think people
ooh,
think that grief is just grief. But I was like, grief, you have to have a relationship with grief. That's where joy comes in as well, because it's right on the other
mm-hmm,
side of the coin. Like it's right on the other side.
mm-hmm,
They're sisters,
mm-hmm.
whether we know it or not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Damn, what was it that I had? Also, knowing when to let go a little bit more of grief, because some people let grief define who they are,
That goes back to
and that's all they
people.
become.
I mean, that goes to a deeper conversation. People holding on to their traumas because
Mm-hmm,
they have associated their identity to that grief, to their trauma,
mm-hmm,
versus transmuting
mm-hmm,
it and becoming
mm-hmm,
more. I recently wrote a piece. It'll come out in February, but like for a magazine about kind of like some of the actual horrors of being a medium. An ancestral medium
mm.
is like seeing people's like life path and seeing all this greatness, but like because they can't transmute these feelings, because they can't get past grief or self sabotage, which I think goes hand in hand, right?
Oh yeah.
That the scariest thing about being a medium, seeing all this greatness is, and it can't be fulfilled. Like people are their own, like
Mhm.
they're people are their own devils, their own demons. Like this, oh, I'm like no, and I think it ties back to this and not being able. Well, we now like on psychology we call it emotional intelligence. We're calling it transmuting, like
Mm.
and knowing and having a relationship with
And I
these
think
emotions.
you need both emotional intelligence and the audacity to transmute. And so when we say transmute, what we really mean is to take your grief and make something out of it. It's not leaving it behind. It's not shoving it in a closet and acting like it's not there. It's saying, I'm going to take you with me because you are part of me, but you're not all of me. And we're going to keep living this life, right? Some of us make it into art, some of us move it outside of our bodies, etc. And this is really why we're here to talk to you about the moon signs, 4 ways to figure out how to not hold on to it. Cause grief gonna be there, but what are you gonna do with it?
So one of the things, I guess we can start because like I was about to say like one of the things that I do for like grief, like help other people group like grieve. But this year I just been like, well, this past year I just been like, if I'm supposed to experience all this grief to help others, it's like through their grief, spirit just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just
um,
say that.
just tell me. Like you could just tell me. Um, So I guess we can start. We can start with let's start with the baby of the zodiac. Let's start with Aries. Aries is so
Mm.
emotional.
In in spurts, right?
Mhm.
It's like deep, passionate spurts, but like once the emotion is fully like, so you gotta rage,
Mhm.
you
Rage
gotta
room.
scream. I always love, it's my favorite thing to recommend to Aries placements. Go to the rage room. Have a
Mhm.
tantrum. You're literally the baby of the zodiac. Move it outside of your body. But also be careful with how you move it outside of your body, right?
Mhm.
Especially if some people like to use sex as a way to release. Maybe it's with yourself instead of somebody else because now you're giving it to somebody else. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that's a huge thing. That's I think we're not gonna go on that tangent about how people do things on.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get on that. But I think that's important for Aries. Like they need to feel it. They need to feel it throughout their body to release it. Like it's a true
Mm-hmm.
embodiment
Mm-hmm.
of like the pure essence, right, of energy, which it can be
Mm-hmm.
anger, which can
Mm-hmm.
be, love, but all it is just like you need to fully embody it and release it through some type of bodily action. So that even mean if you have to like
Yes.
go for a run and walk and like wallow and
Oh
cry
yeah.
as you run, do that.
Yes. Do
Do that.
that. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter how crazy you look. It don't matter.
Mhm.
Do not hold on to the shame. Move it outside of your body. It don't matter how crazy you look, because then you'll feel better. And if you have to cuss somebody out, cuss that person out today.
So, what about Taurus?
Yes.
If you're done with Aries, Taurus,
Ooh.
please. Taurus moons. I see
Hmm.
most people who like to eat their emotions or undereat their emotions have Taurus placements.
Mm.
And a lot of
Yeah.
Taurus
I was trying
moons
to think
tend to
of
overeat. They
healthy ways.
overindulge in something, right? They overindulge in
Mm. Mm.
something, and it is imperative for them to know what their overindulgence is and do something else. Mm.
So what I would say for Taurus. I mean, it might be take a nap, but like it can't be your only thing, right? Um, it's self-regulation through coziness. So yes, you can have your one go-to comfort meal as long as it's not in excess, right? But the best thing I think is put on your very soft sweater, your very soft like socks. It's nervous system regulation through touch, feel, fabrics. I would also say forest bathing or like getting into a space that is green or throwing it on YouTube and looking at a video of something that gives you that feeling of being in nature.
I think it's the will for those Taurus moons that are experiencing grief due to a death of a person. If you and
Mm.
that person shared an activity, so if you shared
Mm.
cooking, cook their favorite thing, make their favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like, I
Hmm.
think also, I do agree about getting out in nature, sunbathe as well. But if I think when it comes to death of a person for Taurus moons, they have to kind of feel
Yeah.
like that person is there, or give that homage for that
Hmm.
person for sure.
Hmm. Sometimes part of the reason why you're overeating during grief, it's not that you're hungry, it might be your loved one desiring to have that meal with you. And so serve two, right? Like if you have a whole big old overflowing plate, make it two plates and one is for that person.
That is a really good
Cuz sometimes
suggestion.
I crave things and I'm like, this ain't me.
No, for real.
This ain't me.
I'm like, who
So,
want this?
right.
I
Right.
ain't ate no sauce in years. Why do I want hog's head? Like, it's that
Mhm.
whoever has transitioned. Um,
Yeah.
who's next?
Oh,
Oh,
wait. Taurus is also like lungs, the throat. So I would also say sing.
I was gonna say that for Gemini Moon as well. It's that
Oh, okay.
I think
Sing
it's
and
both for both
hum.
of them. Like,
Yeah, I mean, they're right next to each other, so I would say sing and hum for both of y'all,
for sure.
or talk it out for Gemini Moon, especially of like express yourself.
And express in however many ways you need to. Like, change the word around Gemini
Yes.
moons. Watch a movie, dance,
Oh yeah.
like read
Mm-hmm,
your favorite
mm-hmm,
book, Gemini moons. Like,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
rereading a book,
Comfort shows.
100%, 100%. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but the downfall to Gemini moons when they get too much in that comfort music and shows, it stops them from like finding out more. Like, find
Uh,
and because the Gemini moons, I know,
mm-hmm.
it's so crazy. I think it maybe this may be a more of a mutable sign thing. They will wallow in it sometimes. Like, they'll constantly
Oh yeah.
rewatch. Like, the show will end. It's season 15. The show has ended. They'll go Netflix, press season 1, episode 1 again, and just
Oh,
watch it
I
again.
me as the other side to that mutable, I don't like rewatching a damn thing. So I don't know. But I
It's
do know Gemini moons who like rewatching shows for sure.
over and over. Gemini moons are really good for like talk
Discover.
therapy. They're really good for
Yes.
talk therapy because it gets their
Yes.
brain to like rewire to move forward. So if you're Gemini Moon,
Mm-hmm.
please think about talk therapy first,
Mm-hmm.
like as a way. So grief counseling, we actually recommend grief counseling for like any everybody, and there's different
Absolutely
types
for
of
everybody.
grief counseling. But like Gemini moons especially, you have to yap it out. As a Gemini sun, that Gemini moon is even more yappington than I am. Okay, so like,
And
yeah,
I would also say on top of talk therapy, you might want to try I have a friend who has used EMDR, and so like things that also help you tap into your nervous system. Cuz just cuz you understand why you have grief doesn't mean you are processing your grief.
100%. So the somatic therapy, the
So,
EMDR is like really
yeah.
important. Really, really important.
Um I'd also say journal. Journal a lot
Oh,
to process
absolutely.
your thoughts.
Journal. Okay, so this is what I've done for
Mhm.
like throughout the years with journaling, which is why like the past 5 years I've kept on. I used to like finish a journal and throw it away. I don't know why, but the past like 5, 6. Listen, I don't
As a
know,
writer, I'm like blasphemy.
which is crazy because I find so much of my old writing now. But journals, I think only in the past 5, 6 years I've like taken a journal at the end of the year. I will go back through the journal. Cause
Mm,
not so don't only not just journal, but go and reread it so you can see how much you've grown and how much you've processed. Because sometimes getting out
yes.
that grief is going back to when you were at the ugliest part and being like, I do not want to go back there. So it's a process.
Hmm. Yes, I agree. I would also say that for Virgo too, but we'll get there.
So let's move on to cancers.
Let's
Cancer
do
moons.
Cancer. Go to the ocean. Be the cow that's standing in the middle of the water just staring. Be by water. Do
Spiritual
water
baths.
rituals. Yes,
Spiritual
spiritual baths.
baths. And in particular with Cancer moons, do it with like bowls. Like if you need a waking
Mm,
up, do it with cold water. If you need a processing, do it with warm water. Over your head
mhm,
with herbs. Then scrub down your
mhm.
body with sea salt scrubs and then put on smell good. Like embody the
Yes.
nurturing part of yourself, but do it for yourself so that you can transmute the
Mhm.
grief.
I would also say wear beach colors. So wear your white, wear your cream, wear light colors, especially if like going to bed or if you're struggling to get out of bed. Change your sheets. Make them white too. You got to be comfortable. Do not, oh, I can't afford. Make sure where you are is a sanctuary to the best of your ability, right? Like if you could just add one pillow, add an extra pillow. Put money into where your resting place is if you can, however that looks. But if you want to keep it super simple, have white sheets at least. So, and pay attention to your sleeping patterns.
I will also say make sure you nurture yourself.
Eat good,
Yeah, let's say eat,
nourish.
nourish, drink water,
Mm-hmm.
eat enough. And it's really for everybody, but especially for Cancer moons because you're a nurturer. You have to Cancer moons put on boundaries as you grieve because you cannot continue to extend to
Ooh,
others, right?
yeah, that's a good one.
Like you
Mm-hmm.
you you're overextending a lot, and that's like most cancer placements, right? Like that overextension. But you have to nurture yourself, like put up big boundaries when you are in grief. Like
Mm-hmm.
tell people
If you
what you need,
feel,
tell people when you don't want them in
yes.
your face, tell them that you can't do that right now, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes. If you feel depleted, you're probably giving too much.
Now Leo
Mm-hmm.
moons. Leo moons
What
just
do you have for Leo moons, friend?
I my two younger sisters are Leo moons. And I just tell them to go and stunt on people, to be honest. Like put on a
Ooh,
fit, go get
yes.
cute, go
Chef's kiss.
go go do yoga like in the
Do your
sun,
hair.
do your
Do
hair,
your hair.
Look in the
People
mirror, affirmations. Like,
do
I
your
know
hair.
this is making Leo Moon sound conceited, but Leo Moon
No.
need to have affirmations in order to feed their light. They have to see their
Mm-hmm.
light for themselves. And when Leo moons go into grief, they lose their light. Leo moons and Leo risings are very similar with this. With
Yeah, we
once they
are.
go into grief or sadness, they lose their light. And so
Yeah,
they need to
they stop taking
refigure
care of themselves.
right, they need to refigure out what made them that girl, that guy, that
Mm-hmm.
that person.
Mm-hmm.
Um and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so for a lot of times, like I said, I'm using my sisters, my younger sisters as an example. A lot of times, they too need to like go out and dance, put on a fit, sing out of tune karaoke. Don't know why
Mm-hmm.
that's a thing. Um,
They need to perform. The thing is,
correct. Then,
Leo moons need a show. They
hmm
need to be witnessed, not seen. It's two different things. Um, let be with the friend or the person that allows you to be as dramatic as possible about what you got going on and have somebody that will listen to you. Where your inner child is safe, you
hmm
can move through your grief.
hey,
If you're around people who are like you too much, don't be around them.
if you gotta act like you in a music video, do so.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it. Do it. Like it
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, art. Also
Absolutely.
art. Engage
Absolutely.
in some kind of creative activity. Even if you don't have, an audience, it don't
Coloring.
matter.
Coloring.
Ooh,
Coloring books.
yes.
For sure. For sure, for sure.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah. I for sure for Leo moons, absolutely. I think
Mhm.
Virgo moons
Mhm.
benefit from coloring too. Get them out their heads.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say coloring, and I would also say like the puzzles, of like paying attention to like what things are different, or looking for items type puzzles. Um kind of like Where's Waldo type stuff for those who get that reference. Um Also talking it out, definitely talking it out. Doing some kind of physical activity or feeling like you're able to get yourself together. I know I like to manically clean and feel like I am getting my life together. Do a little bit. Don't do all of it.
Let's see, what else can you say for Virgo moon? To transmute grief. I do think like yoga helps out a lot for
Oh
Virgo
yeah.
moons. Virgo moons like Cancer moon
Frequencies.
like need to reinforce their boundaries during grief as
Mm-hmm.
well because that
Mm-hmm.
overextending and helping everybody that service to all mankind thing, wrap it up
I
during
hate
your
to
grief
say that.
segments.
I don't like that. Mm-mm.
Because I think Virgo moons to really transmute grief because Virgo placements do have a problem with like fixing everybody else's problems to avoid their own.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
So
you
it's
have to focus on your problems. Like everybody else, goodbye.
you got to move everyone else out of the way so that you can see what they are, but it's also allowing yourself enough stillness to be able to see what the issues are, right? um don't try to busy yourself. It's okay to be in the stillness. It's okay to rest. Acceptance is what I think will allow you to move through grief a little bit better. And call a friend.
Virgos
Mhm.
need to ask for help.
Also, what we didn't mention for both mercurial signs,
Hmm
car rides. Get in the
How did
car.
we miss that one? Because the
Take a
car.
drive.
Listen, I am not a Gemini moon, but I am a Gemini sun. And the way me and my car, that is my well, I guess technically my third baby, but like that is my bestie. Be in a car. I go get something to eat in the car, yap to myself, listen to an audiobook. Sometimes those
Mm-hmm.
rides, go take a
Yep.
loop if you're in a major city. Go take that loop on the expressway, highway, whatever it's
Mm-hmm.
called, where you're at. And just
Yes.
drive. Good music
Yep.
that makes you feel the emotion that you're trying
Yep.
to feel to
Yep.
the
Yep.
best
If you
feeling.
need to create a sad playlist, do the sad
Okay,
playlist.
sometimes Pandora, yes, I'm one of those people who still like uses Pandora because
Be knowing your business.
it's still, I mean, still creates the best soundtrack like playlist outside of YouTube.
Mm.
The best
Mm. Mm.
automatically playlist or whatever, Pandora and YouTube. Like even after having Spotify, the, the year and a half I did have Spotify for real. Like still the best playlist, Pandora and
Mm.
YouTube. So like if you in your sad girl moment, I love putting on Robert Glasper radio.
Oh my God.
Girl,
Okay.
yes. It's a mix of jazz or Robert Glasper and
Yeah.
like jazz. Oh, it's just so good. Or it's good also for like a slow Sunday, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so
Absolutely.
that's, yeah. Just driving a car, listen to that.
Take a ride.
Just take a ride. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so real. Now that does not mean go and spend your money.
Nope.
Somebody here is gonna be like, "Oh, you just told me to go take a trip." I did not say that. I did
Hey,
not say.
that is not what I said. I said get in your mode of transport. Be transported and come back. I ain't say go out to eat. I ain't say spend $100. I ain't said catch flights, not feelings.
Okay. That's actually the same for Leo moons too. Like that doesn't mean just because you're in grief, that don't mean go spend your money on clothes.
You didn't have
You
to say all
already
that.
have the set. You already got the fit in the closet.
You didn't say all that. You don't need to say all that.
Because the whole shopping thing as well
Is
when you grief is also who? Libra moon. Libra,
mm-hmm.
that is a
Mm-hmm.
big thing. Just because you grief, that don't mean you go to the club.
But like
Like go to a club, but don't like go to a club like it's
and
2008
spam
recession.
bottles.
You know what I'm saying? Like don't get
Go have a good time.
inebriated. Don't like don't make this
Catch a vibe.
don't make this an episode of Gossip Girl.
Period.
Like
Mm-hmm.
let's not, right? Don't
Mm-hmm.
start
Mm-hmm.
drama, Libra moons. I think Libra moons put on a fit. Like
Oh yes.
Leo can help
Yes.
you. I but like that over shopping is not going to help you.
No. I'm
It's not.
sorry.
It's not going to help you.
But what I
You
would say, an alternative to that is shop your closet. Try on your clothes in your closet, put some outfits together, recreate a little corner of your space for an aesthetic, put on makeup if that's a thing that you're into. Just like put on a full beat just to be in the house, get dressed. That's what I'm going to say. So, if you have been in your house, you haven't gotten out of your bed, go take a shower. That's day one. If that's all you did, that is more than enough, but make sure you feel clean and like you're taking care of yourself. When you get to the ability to put on some clothes, get out of the same loose ass clothes you've been in and put on a fit. You should have a baddie robe. You should have a fit that you're like, this is for the house, but this is like my feel good outfit. Put that on.
and it also helps. I think it's for not everybody who is losing or has lost a loved one. You can also do these activities and have the people in mind. So if you're
Yeah.
going for a trip or whatever, you put on their favorite playlist. Like,
Mhm.
or you like, oh, this would be cute if like me and whoever has passed would have went out and
And did this.
and so it's a way to still honor memory, but you
Absolutely.
process things, you know.
Mhm.
And I think
Mhm.
for Libra moons, stop beating yourself up about things because they do have like this sense of justice. Like Libra is
Yeah.
very so like people can think they're so aloof, but they're really grounded. They really have
Mhm.
a deeper compassion. They really overthink. They are an air
A lot.
sign. So do
A lot.
not berate yourself, Libra Moon. Stop punishing yourself for
Yes.
something. Because this can
Yeah.
also be like, oh, I didn't do this, so that's why I have. Stop it. No one is punishing you. It's just life. Grieve through it. See the silver
Mm.
lining, and
Mhm.
rebalance out your thought process. Um, like Gemini
I was
moons,
gonna say affirm yourself.
yes, you need to journal. Like
Oh,
if
yes.
you're grieving a decision that wasn't made, or you're trying to stop yourself from like spending $500 that you don't have on clothes, create a list of pros and cons. If you do this, what would happen? Okay, what's the pros and cons of like you missing out on an opportunity and you grieving that? What was the pros and cons of your past self?
Mm.
Like,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think
Mhm.
Libra moons, the ones I have encountered, have this like punishment thing, and it's
Mhm. They do.
very like you are not the justice system to your like please.
Please,
You are not law and order SVU, okay? Like
to
to yourself,
yourself.
like crazy. Affirm
Please.
yourself, as Liz says.
I would
Um,
say affirm yourself in the mirror too. Like talk to yourself. When you start with the mean thoughts, be like, actually, it's okay if you talk back. Just be in the house. Don't let people know what's going on. Okay? But affirm yourself. It's true. Also, go look at art. Engage with art. It can be movies, whatever it is. Look at beautiful things. Don't buy them, but look at beautiful things. So go to a museum. It might be that you encounter an exhibit that allows you to hold the grief and be able to be like, oh, this is another way that I can experience this and feel this out. So go look at art, go be the art, go do art.
which leads us to Scorpio. Good old Scorpio moon. Another sign that likes to kind of berate themselves.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Scorpio
Mm-hmm.
moon.
Mm-hmm.
I think they also um, benefit from affirmations. I think they
Yeah.
benefit from altars. I think they
Oh,
benefit from grief
yes.
altars, especially
Mm.
self love altars. I think they benefit from, of course, putting their feet in some water. Go take you a bath.
Yes. Take a bath, go to the ocean.
Aromatherapy. Um,
Mhm.
if you're doing any type of therapy modality, EMDR, hypnosis, like even if you want to do something somatic,
Yeah.
yoga, like deep meditative yoga.
Be meditative. Yes. Yes.
Do not,
I don't,
and
huh?
I was gonna say, do not try to process your grief through substances, Scorpio moon,
Please.
because you will have an addiction. It will turn to addiction for most of them.
And then you
Because
won't process it.
one process, it's just pure escapism. Like,
It's escapism. And the thing about escapism, and this is for everyone, right, is like it is the action of trying to escape. You're not really escaping. This is why the addiction happens, right? Is like you're not escaping. And so you need to continue doing the thing so that you can feel like you're escaping, but it's sitting there waiting for you. And so find ways for this thing not to feel like something looming over you versus like this is a part of life, right? And also realizing the depth of like, especially if you're a spiritual person or you're about to get spiritual, because sometimes grief is a door and an invitation to spiritual conversations, rituals, etc. Have an altar. And I would also say, and my therapist recommended this, have a funeral for your old self. And let me be specific, right? Write a letter to your old self. Write a letter to the things that you no longer want to keep with you. You can burn the letter, make it a whole production, dress in all black if that's what you want to do. Make it a whole production so that you have this understanding like this is the ending of something. Um, and that way you can really sit. Burn stuff, not houses, not people. Letters, incense, things of that nature. Have a little fire pit if you're in a place that does stuff like that. And I would say that for Aries, and I would say that for Scorpio.
Makes sense. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest, makes sense for sure. I think that's so important. I think we can carry kind of that smell therapy incense into like Sagittarius because you're talking about
Ooh,
escapism, and I
yes.
think when Sagittarius is going through grief, they should stop traveling. Actually, yeah, hard stop. Like no, and I
Woo!
know that's hard. Like travel down the street, like travel to the house, travel because I
Or
think they because this part of the escape is like traveling
it
internationally,
is.
and I'm like ground. You need to ground.
I would I would also say like the alternative to not traveling for the ones that, struggle with this.
Mm,
I think is traveling with a specific intention, kind of like the monk, going
mm,
to the mountains to like sit with themselves and really versus
mm-hmm.
just traveling to travel to run, right? It's like
Right.
going somewhere that allows you to be in silence or in stillness and really like sit with your emotions and your feelings
Mm-hmm.
um versus just like traveling to run.
Also, I think Sagittarius moons need to allow themselves to feel it, right? Because I
Yeah.
think another thing, Sagittarius reminds me with Aries a little bit, that
Hmm.
super reactionary thing. And they're like, well, I'm
Yes.
and they try to work through it, like literally will pick up extra shifts.
Force it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, no,
That's
baby doll. I think
yeah,
Sagittarius
that's an
moons need
addiction.
to them. I need they need to allow themselves to
Stop.
expand or also to expand belief systems around grief. They can
Ooh,
work it
that's a good
away.
one.
They can travel
Mhm.
away because a lot of Sagittarius placements
It's giving
have
Solange.
correct. It's giving cranes in the sky for real.
Yeah.
And Sagittarius placements, what has been my beef as your sister sign, right? Gemini will like if songs you can give me like evidence and it makes sense in the grand scheme of things, I would expand my repertoire of knowledge and belief. Sagittarius, which is crazy to be, ruled by Jupiter, a lot of Sagittarius placements have limited belief systems. They have limited knowledge systems that like they can't. It's something, especially if they have especially if they're like a Sagittarius sun.
Hmm.
But Sagittarius moon also has that with their emotions, right? Which is
Yeah.
why traveling with intention makes sense because it kind of makes you expand your emotions that you can feel. Stop limiting your belief that, oh, I get this. I don't need that.
I would
No, you
also
don't get
say
this. Go sit on that lady couch.
I think as like mutable signs in general, I would say acceptance and validating what you got going on. A lot of times I think I've seen where it's like Sag Moon, oh, I can. and they'll skip the step. It's like, yeah, you understand that you're sad. Anybody can understand that they're sad, but like, what will you do with it? Right? It's not what you will do about it, it's what will you do with it. There is a core, there is a root to this sorrow, to this grief. And working through it is the same as doing something that is addictive. You're pretending that you're running away. Whole time, it's like the horror movies, and motherfuckers still running behind you.
I'll be
And
facts.
so it's just like, it's sit, like literally allow yourself to stop.
You know, this is for anybody who enjoys horror, because we talk about scary movies. I enjoy
Hmm.
horror. I enjoy reading
I
horror.
would say Scorpio
Watch
Moons
horror.
too.
Like, it's cathartic while you're going through grief.
Scorpio Moons as well. Um, Maybe a thriller if you're not into gore.
No, when I say horror movie, I'm thinking like, because it's different type of horror. When I say horror, I'm like really like psychological horror. So like The Haunting of Hill
Hmm.
House on Netflix. It's so good. The Follow the House of
The who?
Usher, The Haunting of Hill House.
Okay, there you go.
And
Okay.
then
Uh-huh.
I also think The Fall of the House of Usher was a really good, because it dealt with grief and all these family semantics and everything.
Hmm.
And it was kind of like, oh my gosh, yes, a little gory in it, but it's also kind of like cathartic. It's something about, like, the purpose of horror is for us to process
Hmm.
certain things. Of course, gory horror, you know, but certain types of horror really allow us to process things. Religious horror is
Hmm.
huge about this, right?
Very good
I
for
you
Sag Moon too.
you know another type of my favorite, so my two types of favorite religious horror, they kind of, my type of horror is religious horror and possession, but possession doesn't
Mm.
necessarily have to go with religion, because a lot of times possession horror talks about like the emotion, the demon, right, quote unquote, that is
Ooh.
possessing
Hmm.
you that you can't control.
Hmm.
Religious horror is a critique on religion, and I think it helps for people who are dealing with grief with like
Church hurt and
deconstructing their
things.
religion, because a
Hmm.
lot of times it is dealing with um, it's dealing with kind of the your past thinkings of this and being
Hmm.
confined to it. A new type of horror that's coming out in print, not necessarily in film right now, is like horror with colonization, like talk about kind of being colonized. So this,
Ooh.
so like think about Get Out, right?
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
have like sci-fi horror like Nope. Um Sinners is like talks about, imperialism and
Mm.
music
Hmm.
and the co-opting and
Hmm.
people like that type of horror. Vampirism is just is something like super dynamic. Do I care for vampires? No. But I get the like the reason
I am
for
of the
them.
Blade generation, so we do vampires over here.
Listen,
But I get
I
it.
I think I like vampire hunters more than I like vampires.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Frankenstein is like about like autonomy and the grief of autonomy. So like horror
Hmm.
is like really really good. As you can see, I have a passion for this. Like horror is
It
really really
is.
good.
You
Like
see
for
why
this,
I'm quiet? I'm like, yeah, friend, go ahead.
I know a lot of people around me like what.
No, but it is very good to process and have that catharsis. So,
Mhm.
there are moments where I'll look at something, a thriller or something psychological, and I'll be like, I'm in the mood for this. Okay, we're probably dealing with something and we're moving through the thing. The
Mhm.
other side to that, because I have strong Leo and Cancer placements, is if you want to be sad and you struggle with emoting, K
I
dramas,
knew you were
the
gonna say
actual
K
dramas,
drama.
but like the actual drama. I'm not talking about romance. I'm not talking. If it says drama, go ahead and watch it. If you really want to cry, when life give you tangerines, there's so much. There's so much you will be processing. It's in four. acts. So take your time. If you struggle with weeping, hard recommend. Yes.
This is not K dramas, but like anime, like Studio Ghibli anime,
Oh, that's so
like
pretty. Yes.
animation is, and honestly, most animations is supposed to help you kind of process things, but like Studio Ghibli
What
is
was that?
so good with this.
And also, if you don't know how to name your emotions, what is that dang on? Um, kids movie. You know these kids movies are for us anyway.
Oh, the
Hold up.
girl and yeah, with all the emotions. Oh, what is it called?
Inside Out. And I
I
mean,
still
watch the
haven't seen
first
it.
one.
I have still haven't seen it.
Watch the first one, but it's the second one that you really need to watch. Yeah. Especially if you overextend yourself and all of these things. That second one. Yeah. So if you don't usually have the words for your feelings, I'm looking strongly at earth signs. Um Moon and Capricorn.
I better say that's a
I
perfect segue to Capricorn moons.
go
My
watch
God.
Inside Out 1 and
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. I think Capricorn moons, most
Mhm.
Capricorn moons, they have a strong water placement in their big three with them, and they kind of
Mm.
they struggle with naming, like you said, naming the emotion. They struggle with finding a soft place to land. I think Capricorn moons
Yeah,
do.
because they
And
haven't been allowed to, right?
right.
Like most times when you have a moon in Capricorn, it's that you've been carrying the burden, the mountain, the emotional mountain of your family.
Mhm. I think for Capricorn moons, it is important to have those go-to people because Capricorn moons
Yeah.
do need to talk um to release the mask they've been wearing, for sure. Like they deserve to also be silly, and joke
Yeah.
and everything. I think what's good for Capricorn moons is to like dance and laugh and watch a romantic comedy,
Crack
and
jokes.
like that is how you're going to process your grief. Allow yourself to be all the things. Literally
Mhm.
allow yourself to be the goat. Like,
Yes.
like, and I think for Capricorn moons, um, you have to maybe to convince you to like transmute your grief. Maybe you have to tell yourself it's your responsibility to do this for yourself. If you have to say
Yes.
those words like that to get yourself to process the grief, then do so. Go for a walk. Go touch some grass. Go talk to a tree.
Hiking.
Correct.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like Capricorn moons that don't like outside, I know they have so much stuff they need to process.
Struggling, man.
Cause what do you mean you don't like to go outside? Go out,
Sea goat.
go outside.
A sea goat.
Like
Please be for real.
go, go to a
Swim.
beach. Go to a beach.
Learn to swim if you don't know how to swim.
Like
Yes.
you also need to get in touch with your emotions in your body, and where do you feel it in your body?
Where do you feel it? Yes. Also somatic. I would also add like somatic therapy. Um some form of movement.
Art
Um
therapy, believe it or not, is good for them.
absolutely. I say art therapy across the board for the stubborn sons. Yeah. But like art therapy would be good because it doesn't force you to intellectualize your feelings as somebody who does art therapy. Yeah. But I would also say creative workshops of any kind. So like it does feel like you're creating structure around your grief and you're working on something whole time you're
Pottery,
working on your emotions.
like
Ooh, pottery would be
pottery.
so good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Using the mud.
Mhm. You can beat it up if you want to. Yeah, they go back. You know,
It don't gotta be perfect, Capricorn Moon. It don't.
it just has to
It could
be
be,
enough.
yes, because you are enough. Allow yourself to be soft. You don't everything don't gotta be a legacy.
It also
You,
doesn't like have to require money either.
no, it doesn't.
You have more resources around you. I'm pretty sure you somebody owe you a favor, Capricorn Moon. I'm sure.
Yup.
I'm sure.
Yup.
Yeah.
So, and let people help you. People want to help you. Allow yourself to be helped and supported and taken care of from time to time.
So
So
next,
last but not least,
no, we got two more. We got Aquarius and Pisces.
God damn, I don't forgot about Aquarius. I'm sorry, y'all.
Aquarius moons, I want you to stop lying to yourself about how you feel first. And so that means like the best way about your grief, you may also need to write it down and read it back to yourself and keep dumping. Like that automatic writing can really help
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius moons. And it goes back to also like you have to do that work yourself versus trying to also help others with their stuff before yours. I think
And
Aquarius. I don't
uh,
want to say Aquarius moons are tricky,
they're not.
but
They're not
they're
picky.
not. They just have to decide what's best for them.
It's okay to decompress from people. You don't got to be at everybody's everything. Say no sometimes. Regulate your nervous system. If you have been doing way too much, it means your nervous system is on overload. You need to sleep. You need to slow down. You need to turn off all the noise. Sit in the dark from time to time. Regulate that nervous system so that you can fully function. You need enough sleep. You don't have to overextend yourself to be in relationship with people you don't even know if you like.
I think another thing Aquarius moons can do, for
Mm-hmm.
some reason, they like. I don't know why I want to say this. I want to be like, read a book, do a worksheet to
Ooh.
also like, if you automate, because Aquarius moons do not get the props of kind of being more intuitive. They're more clear cognizant.
Yeah, okay,
And
yeah.
so, like, if you know, like, you saw, what was that huge book from a couple of years ago, The Anxious Generation? Go read it,
Mm.
do some worksheets from it, like, if that's going to help
Yeah.
you. Like,
Do research within yourself, for yourself, like within yourself, right? Um, make your body a self study and self practice. I know it's hard, especially for like earth sign moons to earth and sometimes water sign moons to have a body or to be okay with living a physical experience. And so strategize your way of tapping in, be it that you need to do research, whatever it is, but also know when you've had enough information. But like tapping to your body, reconnect to what your needs are. Because many times I'd see like earth signs and not earth signs, air signs um overlook that they have needs in a way it's like, I haven't ate in 12 hours. What you mean? You got to take care of that vessel or you going to fall out, friend.
like, quite literally, Aquarius is like symbolized by like the water barrier in this person like pouring.
Yeah.
Drop the jar. Okay, when you're going through grief, just drop it, baby.
Drop the jar. You don't got to hold that. And I would say all the more go by a pond. Listen to water run versus you holding on to the jug. Ponds, waterfalls, listening to water and frequencies will help a lot.
And speaking of water, last, but the official last.
The official last but not least.
Pisces Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think I can talk about this like myself a little bit since I am a Pisces Moon. I feel constricted by Saturn, but like still Pisces Moon. Escapism doesn't work. Escapism doesn't work. Going to substances doesn't work. You have to feel your feelings. And for Pisces moons, we when we start to feel feelings, we may also be picking up on others or others' perceptions.
Yeah.
So one of the things you have to learn to do is like, is that my feeling? Is that like, and if it's my feeling, where do I feel it? Can I connect
Mm.
it back to a memory, a spiritual process? Like you just have to feel it, and you have to create boundaries for yourself. Like, yes, through this we've talked about watch movie, whatever, but for like Pisces moon can be obsessive. And so
Mm-hmm.
to try to escape, and so sometimes you have to do like the opposite. You have to write and or you have to
Definitely
yoga.
right.
And for a lot of us we have to ground in our spiritual practices.
Mm-hmm.
Um and allow our spirits to slap us across the head. You know what I'm saying? Like Pisces moon, it is you also like need to nourish yourself. Like drink enough
Yes, you need to
water.
nourish yourself. Oh my god.
All the water signs and all the water adjacent signs like Aquarius like need to allow water to cleanse you and help you transmute your grief. And so those are like off the top of my head of like this was not to do, this what you should do to process your grief.
Those are good.
Like that's what has helped me. It is still a process. Like it is what it is.
Cry.
No, oh yeah, for sure. Everybody needs to cry. Every single body.
But
Every single body.
more Pisces absolutely must. Like, yeah, we all need to cry, but like, why are you holding your tears back?
Like
Now you
all
stressing yourself out.
listen, and you can feel it in your body too, because the body gets tired. Like
Yeah.
the crying is a way to like regulate stress. Like quite
Yes, it
literally.
is.
Like I said, like doing slow yoga, like that yoga that like
Yin
when
yoga.
and then like it's like certain poses when you like get to certain poses like in your hips and you start crying
That camel pose, bitch. Oh my
like
god.
the child
Yeah.
pose when you get into that pose,
Child pose, camel pose. It's a
all of it,
couple of them. Yeah.
all of that.
Which it allows you just to move things out of your body. Move your hips, people. Throw that thing in a circle. It really does help with grief.
It does.
Um, it don't matter how hard or how soft, but like increase the levels as you go, right? I would also say take care of your feet, Moon in Pisces.
Mm. You
Do
know
what you need
what?
to do.
A good
Mm-hmm.
pedicure does always get me right. You know,
A pedicure, and for Gemini Moon, get a manicure. Um, but also hydrate your skin. Put lavender essential oils on your feet if you can't sleep. Socks, put on socks.
no. Okay, here's another thing, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if this is just for human beings, like period, to regulate. Like if I'm one of those people, I don't care if it's hot or cold. I need a blanket to go to
Mm-hmm.
sleep.
Me too.
But like also in certain times,
Weighted blankets.
Now, weighted blankets be too much because I get hot in my sleep. So I'd be like,
Oh
oh, all
yeah,
right, it's
listen,
suffocating. Bye. You know, but I
I need
do
a little bit of
agree
that.
about like the sock thing, especially because like feet help regulate our temperatures. But just like a good foot massage. I remember I was at, I don't know if they have Avalon spas where you are, but when I was in
I think
Tallahassee, this one lady I put a day like where I got a massage and I get a pedicure with the massage. And they also I had
mm-hmm,
to also got a manicure and the manicure had the film, like the little
mm-hmm,
wax on
mm-hmm,
it.
mm-hmm,
That
mm-hmm,
lady
mm-hmm.
started massaging my feet. I almost whispered to that white lady, like, you wanna come home with me? Like, it was so
Yes,
good. It was so
a
good.
foot, yeah, a foot massage. Just there's like all of these scientific reasons of why that's a
Hmm.
thing, but like in certain types of indigenous medicines and things of that nature, Chinese, all of them, the feet have its own map, right? And so like you literally get a full body reset if all you can afford is a foot massage.
Listen,
Do the thing.
I was gonna go left field, but we're not gonna go there. But
That might be a different season.
okay. But for real, like there's multiple ways to process grief and transmute feelings. Like we've talked
Mm-hmm.
about some overlaps between some moon signs and some very specific things for moon signs. And I think
Right.
this multiple things can work, especially if you have prominent places placements. So like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm a Gemini with the Pisces moon, but I have prominent Scorpio and Cancer placements. I also, I have a Mars and Taurus. So like that comfort,
You put your whole chart out there. That's great.
listen, you ain't gotta do nothing
Look
too
at
much
you
anyways.
moving into your MC.
Oh, whatever.
But yeah. Yes. Go be seen, friend.
Listen. Um and so like
Oh, sorry. I got it. So a cheat sheet for the people. Like if you done seen the video and you're like, I don't remember none of the stuff they said. Always look to your sister sign for things that you can do. So,
nice.
for example, if you are a Capricorn Moon, look to what Cancers may do for comfort, right? Or when they're comforting others. That will give you a little bit of an idea of how to help yourself. So look at your opposite sign for a little bit of a hint of like, oh, maybe I should do a little bit more of this. You know?
Period. I think that that would be helpful for people as they process 2025 and come into
Whew.
2026 fully.
'Cause that thing
2020,
was
if we
terrible.
listen, it's only been like 7 days of 2026, and we're like, but I forewarn people like, listen, we're not gonna have a really good year again until like 2030. To be honest, we got to get out of 2020s, maybe 2028.
As somebody, I always gotta bring the Afrofuturist in me. Cause ain't nobody wait until 2030 to start living a good life. Start now. Imagine
Absolutely.
it now, begin it now, make space and room for joy now. The world is very raggedy, but there are also really beautiful moments. Resist and create your joy. And this is also part of transmuting grief. Suffering is not the only thing that exists within our lineages, within our todays, within the continuous unprecedented time. Time has been unprecedented since the beginning of colonialism.
And that's tens of thousands of years because
Yes,
the first imperialists were the Egyptians. Keep it a Buckington,
they've
right?
been busy.
So I think I think this was a good episode, right? Because there's so much collective grief happening, and we've talked
Yeah,
about a lot of things in
absolutely.
the past 3 or 4, however many episodes we've done this season,
Yeah.
and they could be grief inducing, and we're saying like there's
Yeah.
still optimism in all of this. Yes, the
Make space.
world is going in flames, but it can rise like a phoenix, because that's what Mother Earth is. And so like
Mm-hmm.
also use this as a reset. Like what do we
Yeah.
want the future to be like, to be better with? There's always ebbs and flows. There's always losers trying to take us back, because it's what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
And but like in order to continue to move forward, we have to process our grief so that we can remember, because grief can sometimes erase our memory.
Oh
And
my God,
so
yeah.
like I mean I can get into a whole tangent about grief and freedom
Yeah.
and memory. So we're not even gonna get
Yes.
into that right now.
But
But let us know if you want us to have like an episode about, or a snippet or something, a mini episode about that, because I think
on
it's
grief,
important.
yeah.
Grief and memory and trauma in the future.
I would also say our ability to feel grief, as overwhelming and difficult as it is, it shows us how much capacity and space we have for love. We can't have love without grief. And that is just the reality of that. And so, on the other side of that is a celebration, especially when it comes to people that we have lost, or pets, or what have you, even ideas. Like, it's it's an undercurrent of love that has lived and bloomed, that needs transmuting, right? It doesn't have, oh, I can't hug this person anymore, but the love does not die. And so, to have grief means we have celebrated and we have basked in love, and that is also a gift.
Absolutely. And with that, thank you for joining us this episode. We will see you in the next episode. I don't remember
Yeah,
what it's about. It's somewhere in
we
our
will figure
notes.
it out.
We'll
Mm-hmm.
figure it out, and we'll see y'all next time. I think we got like 2 more episodes into the last end of the
Per
season per our plans,
Perhaps
if I can remember. But we
soon come.
see y'all next time. Let us know your moon sign. Let us know what you do
Yes,
for grief. We're building a community here. So, and
absolutely.
so with that, talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.